I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. I've learned that you can tell a lot about a person by the way he/she handles these 3 things: a rainy day, lost luggage, and tangled Christmas tree lights. I've learned that no matter what happens, or how bad it seems today, life does go on, and it will be better tomorrow. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. I've learned that you shouldn't go through life with a catcher's mitt on both hands. You need to be able to throw something back. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. I've learned that people forget what you said, people forget what you did, but people never forget how you made them feel. We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. I've learned that making a living is not the same thing as making a life. The ultimate aim of martial arts is not having to use them. Do not think dishonestly, the way is in training. Perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye. It may seem difficult at first, but everything is difficult at first. You become what you think about, if one meditates on the same thing constantly. The important thing in strategy is to suppress the enemy's useful actions but allow his useless actions. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. Do nothing which is of no use. Study strategy over the years and achieve the spirit of the warrior. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men. There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is within. Everything exists. Seek nothing outside of yourself. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. If you're going through hell, keep going. To improve is to change, to be perfect is to change often. History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. You have enemies? Good. That means you've stood up for something, sometime in your life. The price of greatness is responsibility. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not is a fool for life. Believe that you will succeed, and you will. People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing. If you want to be enthusiastic, act enthusiastic. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, but it takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving. Fear doesn't exist anywhere except in the mind. The successful man will profit from his mistakes and try again in a different way. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. The man who does not read good books has no advantage over the man who cannot read them. The difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter. 'Tis the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow. If it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. Always do right. This will gratify some people and astonish the rest. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. The single biggest problem with communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. The power of accurate observation is commonly called cynicism by those who have not got it. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. You don't have to know everything. You just need to know where to find it when you need it. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. A gentleman is one who puts more into the world than he takes out. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, make them. Man is the only animal who causes pain to others with no other object than wanting pleasure for himself. The 2 enemies of human happiness are pain and boredom. Compassion is the basis of morality. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. Every man takes the limits of his own field of vision for the limits of the world. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone, and if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free. All truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as being self-evident. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. The greatest of follies is to sacrifice health for any other kind of happiness. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced 1 kick 10,000 times. Adapt what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. Be like water making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you shall find a way around or through it. Mistakes are always forgivable if one has the courage to admit them. The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering. The successful warrior is the average man, with laser-like focus. A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer. As you think, so shall you become. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. The possession of anything begins in the mind. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. The man who counts the bits of food he swallows is never satisfied. A single bracelet does not jingle. No matter how long the night, the day is sure to come. When the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. Smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. One who loves you with your dirt. If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. If you want to change the world, change the metaphor. He who thinks he is leading and has no one following him is only taking a walk. The wise adapt themselves to circumstances, as water molds itself to the pitcher. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. The bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that resists. One kind word can warm 3 winter months. The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. Vision without action is a daydream. Action without vision is a nightmare. When one is in love, a cliff becomes a meadow. A single arrow is easily broken, but not 10 in a bundle. Even monkeys fall from trees. If you want to know what's happening in the world, look at a newspaper. If you want to know what's happening to yourself, look at your face in a mirror. The beginning is half of every action. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. The beginning is half of every action. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. The man who counts the bits of food he swallows is never satisfied. A single bracelet does not jingle. No matter how long the night, the day is sure to come. When the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. Smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. One who loves you with your dirt. If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. If you want to change the world, change the metaphor. He who thinks he is leading and has no one following him is only taking a walk.